had taxes receivable as of June 30, net of an allowance for uncollectibles of $154,000. We had food service receivable, net of uncollectibles of $116,000. Other receivables, $573,000. Deferred issuance charges, and that is when we issued our QZABs. There was a fee associated with issuing those QZABs, and according to the new GASB regulations, we write that off over the term of the bonds. State receivables, $93,000. PEA allocation receivable, $489,000. Retirement benefits receivable, $568,000. Then we get into our capital assets, and a lot of you guys have never seen this on our books. Lincoln County Board of Ed has $1.9 million in land. We have $47 million in buildings. We have $3.2 million in furniture and fixtures. We have $3.9 million in vehicles, which is mostly buses. We have $800,000 construction in progress. Construction is in progress is where we're at on our Harts PK8. So until it's completed, it doesn't go on the books. It just shows up as construction in progress. We have accumulated depreciation on the above depreciable assets of $11.8 million. So total capital assets net of depreciation is $45 million. Total assets, $53 million. Salaries and related payables, $78,000. PEIA insurance premium payable, $671,000. Other accounts payable, $986,000. Other post-employment benefits, I want to explain again. This number here, the $3.4 million, is the part that it is our liability related to the people who are funded through the formula. And that is a cumulative balance. It's our $3.6 million current year plus our prior year. So as of June 30th, this board owed for formula people $3.4 million in OPEB. We also owe $750,000 for the people that are funded through like Title I, Title II, federal special ed programs. We had deferred revenues. Y'all want me to tell you what deferred revenues are? $512,000. And then our long-term debt, within 1 year, we have to pay on our QZABs, $98,000. We have accrued interest on those QZABs of $7,365. We have bonds, capital leases, contracts payable. This is our QZABs. Beyond 1 year of $1.1 million. Our total liabilities, June 30th, is $7.7 million. Our net assets, net of related debt, is $44 million. $32,000 of that is reserved for a permanent improvement fund. $510,000 is reserved for our special projects fund. And we have unrestricted $633,000. Total net assets is $45 million. And to be quite honest, this whole thing that I just went through, it's another one of these things. The only people that's going to ever look at this, me, the auditors, and if we want to get bonds, if we want to get a bond, they want to know this stuff. Okay. Now we're going to go to what you guys like to see. We're going to go to 13. We're not going to look at 14. Let's go to 15. This is the old method. And I'm just going to talk about the general fund because everything else is self-balancing. Let's look through that real fast. Our sources of revenue, of course, is our property taxes. We had $7.2 million in property taxes. We have other local revenue, $438,000. State, $21 million. So our total revenue in the general fund was $29 million. Now, expenses are kind of lumped together in program functions, a little different from the way we used to do it. Instructional programs, we spent $19 million. Student support services, we spent $821,000. Instructional staff, $854,000. Central office administration, $1.1 million. School administration, $1.8 million. Business, $352,000. Maintenance, $3.1 million. Transportation, $3.2 million. Community services, and this is your public library and 4-H, $124,000. We paid out $1 in the general fund for capital improvement, and I believe that was for Duval Lines Club Field. That right, Brenda? It's at $1 little. And it is all right through this these financial statements at $1 little. Principal retirement, that's on our QSABs, $98,000. Interest and fiscal charges, $15,000. Total expenditures, $31 million. So we actually spent $2.2 million more than what we took in. Now, where we spent that is where I booked the OPEBs, and it is booked in the instructional program function. Transfers in, that's from one fund to another, 1.8. Transfers out, 2.6. Net change in the fund balance, $3,041,881. Beginning fund balance, 3.3. Ending fund balance, $270,000. Now that number then goes over to page 12. We'll just look at page 12 real fast. The first financial statement that I gave you is pulling from these combined statements, and this separates all of our different funds. And again, all I want to talk about is what we have in our general fund, page 12. It is, or is it 13? 12. 14, I'm sorry, page 14. And all I'm going to, you can look there, our total assets is $5.8 million. Our total liabilities, the old method is $5.5 million. We have encumbrances, $257,000. We have a reserve for our excess levy, $534,000. We have designated fund balance of $1.8 million, undesignated $2.3 million. And usually, when we look at how much money we've got to spend, we always look at that undesignated fund balance. As you can see, we're in a negative. But as I told you, it's created by the OPEB. So we're really not in a negative if OPEB goes away. OPEB stays, we're in a negative. So our total liabilities and fund balance is $5,874,000. Now, that's probably all you guys really need to know. We have money to pay the bill. And what I want to give you is, this is what we look at like without OPEBs. Which I don't think, I really don't believe we'll ever have to pay OPEBs. I'll see Sean, I get your copy. What I'm supposed to be without. The right column is without. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And if you guys see any other things there, it certainly is a heck of a job trying to get this put together. So with OPEB, that's what we just went over, property taxes, all that. And then you can see where I put the OPEBs into the instructional line item. Let me go ahead and get there. Okay. So the first column, that's what we just discussed. That's how we had to report our financials. The second column, I just wanted you to see exactly what that OPEB number is for the current year. And then I want you to see what we would be like on the revenue and financial statement without the OPEB.
With the current year, this is cumulative.
On this particular sheet here, it's current year only. Then once we go to the balance sheet, it'll be the cumulative balance on the balance sheet. This is just current year revenue and expenses on this particular sheet right here, Dawn.